Hey, good afternoon, audience. This is Rocky the Dog podcasting. I'm going to get into the arrest warrant for Khabib Nurmagomedov. And, in my personal opinion, please like and subscribe to this video. I appreciate it. I'm going to give you great content. Check out my other page, Rocky the Dog. I also have many other videos you might like. I'm going to get into, first of all, Khabib made a boatload of money in the United States, not in Russia. And, he chose to go back to Russia, not spread any of that wealth in the United States, who paid all his bills, made him hundreds of millions of dollars, all in the United States. And he chose to go back to Russia. He could have flown his family, rest of his family here, which wasn't much. But he chose to go spread that wealth in Russia. Okay, I disagree with that. That's my personal opinion, but let's get into the story. Khabib has an arrest warrant from Putin, seized his restaurants, his gym, his bank accounts, all because that terror attack that took place in Russia, that one of the assailants was trained at Eagle Gym approximately 5 years ago for 2 months. And so then also Khabib was shaking hands with this billionaire oligarch that got arrested, that was allegedly accused of funding this thing where they blew up 3 churches, killed 19 cops, and slit a priest's throat. And so that was too much for Putin, and he seized Khabib's bank accounts, he seized his gym, his businesses, his restaurants. We're going to get into the story. Let's see what happens.
In today's video, Khabib Nurmagomedov finds himself embroiled in a complex and perilous situation. Just this morning, it became known that the Russian tax service seized Khabib's accounts, including those of his charitable foundation. Additionally, several of his restaurants in Russia have also been shut down. Now, this is not just a little bit of money, but millions of dollars. And that's not all. Russian propagandist Solyevov called for Khabib and his friends to be arrested or sent to war.
Где вы сейчас? Засунули себе трусливые языки в задницы.
And on top of that, Conor McGregor left a terrible message for Khabib. So this is all getting very intense, and I promise you that today's video is packed with all of these developments.
It was run, rat, run. That was the message.
So make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the
this
details.
Video, yep.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has always been seen as a hero in Russia, from becoming the first UFC champion from Russia to being showered with accolades and gifts. His journey has been nothing short of phenomenal. However, recent developments have left fans puzzled and concerned. Khabib's relationship with Russian authorities has taken a downturn, leading to significant financial and business repercussions. So, what exactly is happening?
Let me just share. Putin gave him $20 million of property, showered him with gold, a couple vehicles. I think one of them was a Rolls Royce. He was really in good with Putin until this terrorist attack took place, and they linked one of the guys to his gym. I'm not saying that Khabib had anything to do with it, but the guy did train at Khabib's gym, and then he had that picture shaking the hand of that oligarch that funded the whole thing. So, it could be coincidences, which I'm sure. Khabib's not a terrorist, but I'm a little pissed that he went back to Russia to spread all his wealth instead of the United States.
And why has this change occurred? As you remember, Khabib's ascent to stardom was meteoric. He became the first UFC champion from Russia in 2018 and solidified his legacy with a dominant win over Conor McGregor later that year. His success transcended sports, making him a national icon in Russia. He met with President Vladimir Putin and received lavish gifts worth millions.
And Putin gave him and his father like $20 million worth of property in Russia. Then he went into the Muslim territories where these guys are just cars, money, gyms, whatever you wanted.
His popularity soared, and he leveraged this fame to launch several business ventures, including the mp4 fast food chain. Now, despite his success, recent reports indicate that the Federal Tax Service of the Russian Federation has now seized Khabib's accounts. The MASH Telegram channel reports about this. The reasons cited include unreliable information in official papers, leading to the closure of several of his companies. His accounts, along with those of his charity fund, were blocked, freezing assets worth millions of dollars. Now, this abrupt action has also affected his restaurant business, with several outlets being shut down. So the question on everyone's mind is why a national hero like Khabib is now facing such severe actions from the authorities. So to understand this, we need to delve deeper into the political landscape. Khabib's problems seem to stem from his refusal to publicly support the Russian government's actions in Ukraine. At the onset of the military operation in Ukraine, the Russian authorities reportedly sought Khabib's endorsement to leverage his influence. However, Khabib declined to support the war, which did not sit well with the authorities. Many believe that the actions taken against Khabib's business are retaliatory. The closure of his companies and the freezing of his accounts appear to be punitive measures for his refusal to align with the government.
I just want to say this guy doesn't have all the information and facts. What I had said to you before about the terrorist situation, that's exactly why. And also this played a part in it too, but he's skipping a major part of the story. But I didn't skip it, but go ahead.
Stance on Ukraine. Khabib's silence on this matter also speaks volumes, and the authorities' harsh treatment suggests a clear message. Compliance is expected, and dissent will not be tolerated. For many, Khabib was not just a fighter, but a symbol of integrity and success. His refusal to be a pawn in political propaganda has only increased their respect for him. However, the situation does raise several questions. Why would the authorities risk public backlash by targeting such a beloved figure? What does this mean for other athletes and public figures who might be pressured to take political stances? And that's what I mean. See, as you already know, recently in Dagestan, Khabib's home state, a group of militants attacked multiple churches and synagogues, causing tragic losses among police officers and civilians. One of the attackers even trained at the school that was founded by Khabib's father. Now, we did mention this in an earlier video, but that's not what ultimately this
Forgive me for he did mention it, but go ahead.
is about.
It is about that. This is Khabib's Eagle Gym, and you can see all the militant vehicles outside. That's exactly why this trouble started over the terror attack.
However, one of the main Russian propagandists, Vladimir Solovyov, recently called on his broadcast for the arrest or conscription to war of Khabib and his friends, who are sportsmen and MMA fighters.
Где вы сейчас? Засунули себе трусливые языки в задницы?